Just when you thought McFarlane's Batman retro variants couldn't get any more ridiculous, they just did. Welcome back. It's been a while, I realise that, but it is good to be back. Now, as I'm sure you're aware, I am a big fan of McFarlane's Batman Retro 66 line. However, that's not to say I can't be critical when they do stupid things. And today I woke up to the news of a couple of new items for this line, and quite frankly, these things are just beyond ridiculous. So without further ado, let's take a look at the latest offerings from McFarlane and their Batman Retro 66 line. So the first new item to be announced today is a lunchbox. Not any old lunchbox, it's a classic vintage style lunchbox that does contain 4 figures and 4 trading cards. Now, the 4 trading cards are sort of modelled on the old vintage Topps cards from way back in the day, and as such, the figures are modelled on the appearance on those trading cards. So first up, we have Batman, whereby it's the same figure we got in the first wave, except this time it's got a darker paint scheme and his eyes are white to mimic the appearance on the trading cards. Now, as we speak, we've already had this figure released in the form of the normal first wave Batman, the unmasked Batman, Surf's Up Batman, Boxing Batman. We're about to get the black and white Batman. This variant now brings us to 6, but keep watching this video because there is more to come. So yes, a lot of Batmans, and they've made damn good use of this mold. Next up, Robin, same thing, darker paint scheme, and again the eyes are white to sort of replicate what was on the trading cards. Next up we have the Joker, again same sculpt as the first wave Joker, this time darker paint colors, and same with the Penguin. Now interestingly enough, we've not had the masked variant of this figure, which is rather surprising because for Batman, Robin, the Joker and Riddler, we all got, masked, unmasked variants. Not the case so far. You never know, that might be down the line. So those are the 4 figures. They're okay. I mean, very lazy on McFarlane's part, but it is what it is. The trading cards are quite nice as well. So that's the first, reveal from today. Now the second reveal today is it's quite something. This is Alfred as the Batman, and again this also being listed as a New York Comic Con exclusive, but clearly not that exclusive. Anyway, this one is just beyond ridiculous. However, it does appear that they have done a whole new head sculpt for this, or I should say the facial part of the head sculpt, because it's definitely got a sculpted moustache and somewhat of a grin, whereas the regular Batman did not have the grin. If they were going to do this, should they have done one with, actor Alan Napier's head unmasked to make it a bit more of a standout? Because from 2 feet away, you cannot differentiate this from the first wave Batman figure. Clearly, one of the laziest variants that has ever been made. Actually, I take that back. The laziest variant were these black and white TV variants. Those are just ridiculous. But as far as the figure goes, it's exactly as it was in the first wave. So there's nothing new there. And I'm having a hard time understanding what they're doing with the card backs, because up until the release of the Julie Newmar Catwoman, all the pictures on the back featured a picture of the actual figure, whereas her card back was her from the TV show. In this case, for Alfred as Batman, they've gone back to just using a picture of the action figure. I don't know what's going on there. But those are today's reveals from McFarlane with regard to the Batman 66 line. As I said, I'm an absolute sucker for this line, so yes, I have indeed pre-ordered, against my better judgment I may add. However, I'm making up for lost time because had there been a line of action figures from the TV show when I was a kid, I would have bought all those. I would still be collecting those to this day and probably wouldn't give these new figures a second glance. Much the same way that I have no interest in Black Series or vintage collection as far as Star Wars is concerned. For me, it's all about what I did as a kid. Because these weren't available when I was a kid, I'm making up for lost time. So yes, I am somewhat of a sucker for this line, but that doesn't mean I can't be critical. And these variants, these repaints are absolutely ridiculous, let's be honest. Although, I will say this much, the figures themselves individually retail for $17.99. However, in the case of this 4-pack with the lunchbox, the retail price is $59.99, so that's actually somewhat of a bargain. I'm not sure how it's going to be packaged. I imagine the lunch tin will just be shrink wrapped, so if they're saving money on packaging somehow, I don't know, but that's actually a pretty good deal. 60 bucks for 4 figures, 4 cards, and a lunchbox. Not at all bad. So there you go. Those are the latest and greatest, well, not really that great, but those are the latest releases or upcoming releases from McFarlane. So let me know in the comments if you are a fan of this line, and will you be rushing out to get hold of these new items. So thank you all for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please share the video, and we'll see you next time.